Suffering, that's the process that will make you you. That's the process that will shape you.
I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
Don't have the what ifs down the road. Keep going now. You'll be in a better place than you would be if you quit.
The mind is the battleground. The fight is in your mind. And you gotta throw what you got at it. You can't throw what you wish you had. You gotta throw what you got at it. That's what separates the men from the boys, because you gotta throw what you got at it. If you don't tell me that you want something if you're not willing to throw what you got at it.
If it wasn't difficult, then everybody would be doing it. There'd only be, everybody would be an entrepreneur, everybody would be a billionaire, everybody would be a successful athlete or artist or businessman or salesperson or a scientist. Everybody would be doing it, right? It's not supposed to be easy. You shouldn't want it to be easy, right? The minute someone tells me that they're looking for, what's the easiest way to do it or the fastest way to do it, easy shouldn't even be in the conversation or in your vocabulary. This is supposed to be hard.
You need to have the courage to follow through.
Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your servant. And pain is telling you that there's a problem here and you need to get it fixed. You need to drag it out of the dark and you need to deal with this, and you have to decide enough is enough. It's time for a new direction. It's time to say that's it. Turn to somebody and say that's it. Passivity is a spirit and it'll kill you. It'll kill your relationships. It'll kill your home. It'll kill your marriage. If we just sit back and do nothing, it'll kill you.
It's inevitable, human nature. Quit doing things just to get along or if you disagree with it. Quit living in limbo. Be smart, don't be foolish, don't dive in. Courage to take more risks. Courage to get uncomfortable with that fame and be able to go, I've evolved my questions and eliminated a lot of things in my life that did not feed me, did not turn on my true self.
You know, I would always let people know it's through dedication, through your hard work, and through mental preparation and visualization. If you do those things, if you can see yourself being successful in your mind, then it will appear in the physical reality. You have to have total just commitment and dedication, and just know you have to have faith too, because you know I've worked hard enough to be in this position. I've thought about it. This is what it feels like. It's almost crazy because it's deja vu.
Some people love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you will have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because you got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you don't want it badder than you want to party, you don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success. You don't want it badder than... I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. I'm not eating like I eat at home. That's why you're about to go to the next level. Because if you keep eating like you ate at home, you'll keep being a boy or a girl. It's time to become man, woman.
Hey, hot facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, shit, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Being here on Hot Facts for the very first time, what do you think about it?
Yeah, honestly, you've kind of inspired me to get the, what's it called, StreamYard? Yeah, because this whole production you're running right now is pretty fucking legit. All that, the intro and all that cool stuff. Yeah, I was saying, I'm going to have to get one of these intros done for you. The Hot Facts with Robert Reese, and then I'm going to jump off a 50-foot cliff and do like a double backflip.
Perfect that you said that, man. This is your lane. You made this. This is your baby, and you're going to see it through. You know, that's great. When Dash Bandicoot told me about you, and I'm like, I've never heard of this man before. But if you're, he was like, he basically told me he would follow you to war if there was a war. I'm like, I gotta check him out. You know, and that's how I started watching your channel.
This guy, he brings the energy. He's got the best intro in all of YouTube, mate. He's got other people saying his name, and there's a reason for that. And he can get subscribers from anyone. With his great personality, man. The Hot Facts is exactly that, man.
Hot Facts.
KG Sports, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. What's up, guys? You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Take care.
This is Isaac Henderson, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
What's up, guys? I'm Sean Berube. This is my boy Vargas, and we love watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is another edition of Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Thank you for joining. Had to adjust the mic really quick. Before we do this, let me just do a little count really quick on what episode this actually is for the live. Let me just check. I just want to check that really quick. Let me get this for you. Now, I'm guessing this should be at least number 60. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this should be at least number 60. Let me see this here. At least number 60. I'll try to count these fast. Oh, I take that back. This is number 65. This is live episode number 65. If you actually go and check it out, it's going to be at least 4 more than that, but those, I don't count those. Daughter's graduation, Caden's birthday party, Floyd Mayweather's house. I don't count those. I only count the ones that are, this here. So, man, up there, 64, 65 live episodes, people. So every single day, you guys do see that banner and the note up there. This is Freestyle Friday, people. So, if there's not going to be an interview going on, especially on Fridays, and we'll just implement this in on Fridays. So on Fridays, we'll just be Freestyle Friday. If you just want to hop in the link, you can hop in the link, share a story. If you had a bad order you want to share, you got a great tip, you ran into something, and it's actually great information that you want to put out there. You just have some words for advice, whatever it may be, just go ahead and hit that link. I'll hear it click down there, and then I'll be able to bring you guys in. Now I can control the moderation pretty well. I am able to have 10 slots on the screen. Okay, so I'm able to have 10 slots on the screen. So it doesn't have to be a 1-by-1 thing. So if I have 2 or 3 people that want to be in here at one time, and it's a discussion that when I go over the news or something, or when I read the comments, if someone wants to hop in and comment on the comment or comment on the news, just go ahead and hit that button and chime on in, and I'll go ahead and put that up there also. And people, if you want to book an interview, okay, you can also book an interview. You can get in contact with me there. Text 951-595-8030, thenewU.rr@gmail.com, or head over to Facebook, look for slots and book, okay? Or hit me on Instagram, any platform where you can personal message me. Look at the sign behind me, people. Available on all platforms, okay? Available on all platforms. So if you want to book an appointment, now the interview process, people, is relatively quick. I talk to you, boom, 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 it goes just like that. But if you're making money otherwise outside of gig apps and things like that, and you want to showcase some of that, let's just say you yourself, like you have a hobby and you make things, you knit things, you want to go ahead and mention some things like that, you absolutely can do any of that, okay? And if you have something exciting going on with yourself that you want to share and that's kind of unique, and you say, hey man, I want to book myself for an interview, go ahead and book yourself one. Other than that, people, I am always on the attack. I am going, bugging. And I'm pretty much like that annoying kid when they just say, stop it. Or what was that show, Sister? What was the kid's name? Roger, what was that name of that group he was in? What was the name of that group? It was Batman, LDD, and Romeo. I know B2K was like their little brothers. Immature was the group. Immature, yeah, Roger, Immature. Roger was his name. And they would say, go home, Roger. So that's pretty much what I am doing to all these people when I'm trying to get these interviews in. Okay, but we do have a great, exciting day of news. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different news articles that we will be going over. Lots of great news there. We have lots of great comments. So, people, without further ado, what should I do first? I think I'm gonna go with the news. Let's start with the news, and here we go. First one here. Let me get my screen ready. What's this first one? Okay, that one's a video. Perfect. I'm gonna hit mute right now.
To surge, workers for food apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats are seeing their earnings go down. TV6's Hernan Gutierrez spoke with some delivery drivers who say they aren't seeing any of the fees customers are being charged. Hernan?
David, yesterday we reached out on social media to hear from delivery drivers, and many tell me that with the current price of gas, much of their earnings are going right back into their gas tank. Earlier today, I rode along with one dasher in the Sterling Rock Falls area who says he's not seeing the best numbers right now, but nothing beats being his own boss. Before driving for DoorDash full-time, Anthony De Los Santos worked as a correctional officer in Dixon. During a good week, he typically makes about $1,100, all on his own time.
You get to pretty much manage your life. You're your own boss. You don't really answer to anyone. You're out meeting and interacting with society.
Drivers know when an order is placed, how much they're going to be tipped. Many drivers say the sweet spot for delivery is somewhere between $1 to $1.50 per mile. Orders with higher tips usually get picked up first. Brian Gray also delivers full-time. He says he's seen orders with low tips sit at the pickup counter, especially with today's gas prices.
And sometimes you have to be a little more selective because some of the offers that come in aren't so good. So, that's why I have all my apps run at the same time. So that way I can be a little more selective.
In an effort to offset gas costs, some apps like Uber Eats or Grubhub offer drivers up to 40 cents a trip, while DoorDash is offering 10% cash back on fuel. Linda Notter started delivery apps on the side as a way to get some extra cash. She says she isn't hopping on as much, even with the incentives.
The customers are getting charged a lot of fees when they order, not realizing that the driver isn't seeing all of that. The driver's seeing only a small percentage of that. So we rely on tips.
De Los Santos says as long as the demand is there, he'll get through the pain at the pump.
To get to those numbers, you really have to focus, and they're out there. People rely on our services since the lockdown and the whole pandemic.
Now, some of the incentives for gas are only temporary, with DoorDash, for example, set to lift theirs at the end of August. David?
Thanks, Hernan. Now, here's a look at our local gas price averages tonight. In the Iowa QC, $4.68. That is up 33 cents from a week ago. In the Illinois QC, the average, $5.13. That is up 21 cents from last week.
Man, now you guys do see the question up there in the poll. Do you guys think that gas is going to hit $6 nationwide in the next 30 days? I know that some people say the next 30 days. I'm just saying, think about it. I'm saying nationwide. You know what I mean? I'm saying nationwide. I think something's going to happen like that. It's going up. It's at $5 right now. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But if you think that gas is going to hit $6 nationwide, go ahead and answer that question up there. Answer that question up there. Now, I'm going to get rid of that one. We got another piece of news right here. Another great one. Let's go ahead and bring this one up.
The family of a Prince Albert restaurant manager says they were shocked to learn the man charged in his death is out on bail.
The victim's family from the Philippines says their dreams were coming true in Canada when his life was cut short by tragedy. And as Lisa Rism explains, they now want justice to be served.
Gerald Andrus says he wants justice for his brother's death.
And with this kind of justice system, I'm not sure if we're going to have a good justice.
On Tuesday, the man charged with his death was granted bail. He had no criminal record and was released on conditions.
What more shocking is he's in bail with a second-degree murder.
Gerald says his brother Alan Andres was a restaurant manager. The 31-year-old died after being struck by a vehicle outside of his work in Prince Albert. Prince Albert Police Service say they attended the incident May 18th and arrested 22-year-old Rajdeep Singh Bahola. Gerald says Allen sustained a head injury and died in hospital 8 days later. Charges against Bahola were upgraded after his death to second-degree murder. Bahola's friends say he's a food delivery driver.
The family is in pain right now with the loss of our brother.
Andres leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters, 11 and 7.
We got our first home. And we're just working hard to provide for our family, for the kids.
Little by little, his dreams is coming to reality. He always dreamed like to have his own family back home. And with life back home, it's hard for us.
His wife says the couple was planning a wedding reception in the Philippines for 2023. Now she's saving money to take their daughters back to visit family and spread Allen's ashes back in the Philippines. Lisa Rism, CTV News, Prince Albert.
Man, this is Canadian news, but devastation there struck that family there. Condolences to that family.
A food
there.
delivery driver charged with second-degree murder in Prince Albert has been granted bail.
Hey, homie,
on May 18th, the
What are you doing, homie? What are you doing, homie? Why did you just start up like that by yourself? Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that was weird right there. But condolences to the family there. You know, I don't know what it is, because it seems like somehow the craziest people get let back out. And when they get let out, like, I don't know. I think there's a fairity, like, in the justice system when it comes to, like, the penalizing and all of that other stuff. And it's weird. The people that, you know, don't need to be in there like that are in there, and the dudes who do serious crimes, they get let out just like that, and they get out and do some weird stuff on the street. In the UK, the dude went up, he got let out and started stabbing people again. Like, they just let him out, and when they let him out, he starts stabbing people again. So it's kind of like, come on, man. Condolences to that family, man. And you heard him say, it seemed like everything was going piece by piece. You know, wife, you know, got the first house, and they said all of his dreams were slowly coming together piece by piece, and everything was running and working good. And man, delivery driver news when it hits like this, man. Condolences to the family there. Condolences to the family. I got some more news here, man. Let's get on to this. Condolences to that man's family. Man, love to Canada. Let's get into this next piece.
A 5 News investigation. People in our area reaching out with complaints about delivery drivers. The things they purchased were from Lowe's, but the drivers who showed up to drop those things off were not. We're in the studio tonight with our reporter, John Blaschke. John?
Thanks, Ian. Drivers contracted by Lowe's have left massive amounts of property damage, and it's gone unresolved for months. One instance actually going as far back as New Year's. Let's take a look.
A quiet New Year.
I gotta push pause right there, people. If you ever come out the house and go on the air with that Bob Saget, I don't know what that is. If you come on the air looking like that, people, come on now. Come on.
New Year's Eve quickly turned into the opposite for Brent Musgrove.
I was just falling asleep and I heard the loud crash. I jumped up, ran outside, maybe 5 seconds after the crash.
When he got outside, he saw a Lowe's truck had crashed into his front yard.
And I got onto the porch and saw him driving out of my driveway up the street. Didn't stop, didn't get out, didn't offer assistance, just drove away.
According to a police report of the crash Musgrove shared with 5 News, The driver told the officer he left the scene because he didn't even know he hit the fence or home and was listening to music at the time. According to the report, the driver said, quote, "I drive a 26-foot truck and I'm not always aware of my surroundings." He was cited on 4 charges, including reckless driving and leaving the scene of an accident that caused damage. Left with a busted-up yard, a broken porch, a cracked foundation, and an estimate of around $10 grand to repair his new home, Musgrove called Lowe's, who told him they couldn't help because the driver wasn't their employee. Lowe's put the blame on Retail Direct, a company it contracts delivery drivers from. When Musgrove called Retail Direct, he was told it couldn't have been one of their drivers because there were no deliveries scheduled in his area.
You know, they tried to say, oh, that would never happen because there were no deliveries down there. Our truck would never be there. And, you know, we told them, no, you don't, they weren't there for a delivery. They were there to drop off or pick up their buddy that works for you. And they said, oh, no, that's against company policy. That wouldn't happen. And I'm like, okay, so every single employee ever has always followed the rules. I bet.
A quick Google search turns up a lot of unhappy customers who had deliveries from Retail Direct. Lauren Talbert is one of those unhappy customers. She and her family had just ordered new appliances from Lowe's. She says she was so excited when they were dropped off until...
I was holding my daughter, but I was taking pictures of the washing machine to send my mom, say, hey, we got it. And that's when I heard the big crash, and I just took off running towards the door. The truck was right there by my fence, heading out the road, and that was the car. So, I mean, I snapped pictures immediately.
As they were leaving, the delivery drivers had crashed into her car, leaving her in shock.
They just left. So, I mean, in my mind, I was like, that's a crime, that's a hit and run.
She initially called Lowe's to get help and was told the delivery, just like in Musgrove's case, was made by Retail Direct. And also like Musgrove, she had little luck in getting any help.
I just kept going through the protocol, you know, trying to call Lowe's, see how the claim was doing, if they were doing anything. Trying to get a hold of Retail Direct contact. Never could.
I have multiple claims with multiple companies, and not a single one of them have reached out to do anything. No one has even lifted a finger to offer any assistance on the damage.
So we tried reaching out to them instead. We called and called and called again. Only once were we able to get a hold of someone with Retail Direct. They told us they'd call us right back, but that never happened. We also made multiple attempts to get a hold of Lowe's, including emailing their corporate media relations team, but got the same result. Talbert says being down a vehicle has forced her family to make a lot of changes.
You know, my husband, he has his full-time job, so he takes the car. I've had to, you know, call off shifts. I just work part-time at my family's restaurant, so I'm not able to help there as much as I'd like. You know, can't get to soccer practice as easily with my son, stuff like that.
Talbert posted to Facebook where she heard from several other people who had similar experiences with the company.
Story after story just comes in, similar to mine, whether it was damage to their property, damage to what they ordered. Nobody would claim responsibility.
Now she says she just wants to make other people aware so they can avoid the problems she's had to go through.
I just can't let it go. I can't let it go because I don't want this. I can't imagine if it happened to an elderly person and that was their only car. They can't make contact with anybody, can't get anything done. It's somebody has to say something.
And John, you really hate to see people get the short end of the stick, which seems like exactly what happened here. Has anything changed since you talked to these people?
Yes, so with the Talbert there, so she actually ended up getting help through Penske, who were the ones that Retail Direct rented from. But the drivers, unfortunately, Retail Direct and Lowe's, they haven't really been able to help out much there. It was mostly Penske that reimbursed them.
Then that doesn't sound very fair at all. What about Musgrove?
Musgrove, as for him, we actually got an email back just yesterday from an official from Lowe's. And he was saying that they reached out to Musgrove and that they're going to help him. But when we actually spoke with Musgrove, he said that they just pointed him back towards Retail Direct. And he says that they're essentially giving him the same runaround that they've been giving him for 6 months now.
And now you've been working on this as well for months, and you didn't just talk to those two people. There's a lot of people that are suffering from this.
Yes, there have been dozens of people. If you go just looking up, like I said, looking up different like reviews, there's been quite a few people that specifically complain about the deliveries that they receive from Lowe's with similar instances like this.
Yeah, well, so let's see if we can get a result for some of these people out there. Of course, John, thank you very much for joining us. Let's hand it over now to Kevin.
Man, now check this out, people. And Tanner, by the way, yes, you are actually. If I take Paris Boulevard and go down, if I take Paris Boulevard and go down, that's like that's like 7 miles. That's like 7 miles. I know exactly where that's at. You are in my neck of the woods there. But people, check this out. Here's where it goes crazy. For us delivery drivers or companies, this is why I put this news up here, okay? First of all, you have a good company, Lowe's, trustworthy company, super trustworthy company. I'm pretty sure when they go out and subcontract to get people to go do the job, they want people to keep up the name of Lowe's, right? But the third parties that are hiring some of these drivers, people, like, is what we do. We know when we see terrible drivers running through people's fences, busting up their patios, their decks, their porches, and then leaving the scene. And then the people try to go ahead to figure out what's going on, and they are telling them that it's not us. We didn't hire them. So both parties are going back and forth. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But check this out. Look who's hurt. The customer the customer is always going to be the one hurt. It doesn't matter what it is. The customer is always going to be the one hurt. The consumer, no matter what product, you can put X there, fill in with whatever. Doesn't matter. The consumer will be the one getting hurt. Over $10,000 of new work he has to do on the house that they just purchased. Going back and forth. Now he waits for all of that. You don't know what's gonna happen with the property. He has to get someone to come and inspect, do all of that stuff. Then gotta trust another contractor to get out there and do the job. Man, people, help people out. Help people out. Do the right thing. Delivery drivers, step your game up. Everyone claims to want to be their own boss. I'm an independent contractor, and when something really happens to where you got to show your cojones, you gotta show those marbles. You got to show those marbles. When you got to show those marbles, you know what happens? You run. You run. You are not an independent contractor and your own boss at that point anymore. You are the employee that does something bad at work and leaves and just quits and never comes back. That's what you are. That is the exact same thing. Okay, you cannot say anything else. It is the exact same thing. If you are an independent contractor that's hired by a big company like Lowe's, you give someone $10,000 worth of damage on their property, and when they pass the job on to you, you're driving there saying, "Yeah, you're on the phone, driving there, talking to your buddy. Yeah, I'm going to this gig, gonna drop this off, about to make this money, man. You know what? I love being my own boss, man. I'm making this much on this." He gets there, jacks up the porch, the lawn, the fence, to everything, and instead of being his own boss and someone that's supposed to stand up like that and be your own boss, he skips tail and runs. Okay. Skip tails and runs. I thought you were your own boss. You were an independent contractor. You can leave whenever you want. You did exercise that. You left when you wanted to. Good job. Good job. We got some more news right here. Good job. You left when you wanted to. You know what? What is this? Oh, this one. Oh, people. All right. So this piece of news right here, let me go ahead and make sure I get it there right. Okay, that one there. All right. So this piece of news right here, let me put myself here. This piece of news, now we are delivery drivers. We are on 4 wheels. Now you guys know that this is Hot Facts, and I come and bring all delivery driver news from all over, right? You guys do know that I do that. I bring it every single time. So check this out. This is delivery driver news, but for boats. Okay? I never thought about gas and everything for people that are, you know, when you go down to the beach, you go down to these places where they are transporting people in and out and everything else like that. But check this out on what can happen if you are a delivery boat driver, is what I would say. Check this out right here. Couple haters. What's up, Enzo?
I'm sorry, I thought it was Chopper 16, but nope, that's on the ground. The Ocean City Inlet, watermen there tell us it's been choking in recent years. Shoaling, or the buildup of sand and sediment, making the waters more dangerous and difficult for boats to navigate. A big project, though, to fix the issue has taken a big step forward. WBOC's John Conway has more on the project and its potential impact for those on the water.
In recent years, funding cuts have reduced the amount of maintenance done on Ocean City Inlet waterways. Watermen say not enough dredging is happening.
Oh, it's been dire need for a long time.
When sand and sediment buildup isn't removed by dredging, it makes the water shallower, which can cause expensive damage to boats, according to Anthony Coote.
But if you hit like a sand bottom, or if you hit rocks on the bottom, you could damage your hull, you could damage your fiberglass. You could also suck sand into your impeller and overheat the motor, and that's no good from there.
The cutbacks in dredging have also hurt Ocean City's economy, causing at least one business to seek deeper waters.
We had a clam boat fleet here for a long time, and they finally sold out. They got too hazardous for them to come in and out of this inlet. They did several $100,000 worth of damage to their vessels. So they just gave it up and moved to New Jersey.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has published an environmental assessment for a project that will realign the channels and nearby breakwaters to deepen the water and reduce the amount of dredging needed. Anthony Coote says it will make for smoother sailing for crew and passengers alike.
Have a more secure feeling of knowing that I have a deep enough amount of water here to be able to roll through and not have to worry about bottoming out and sending my people on my boat flying forward.
The project is estimated to cost about $10 million. The Corps of Engineers hopes to begin work by the end of 2022. Reporting in Ocean City, John Conway, WBOC News, Delmarva's news leader.
Engineers also is asking for public input on this environmental assessment, and those.
Now check this out. People are like, that's boat driver news. It's affecting them. How does that affect us? Now you notice the people's shirt, the seafood places there, right? They have to get that dredging done so that, first of all, people that are escorting people out to go ski, or they're going to go sightsee from their boats, they are losing money from that happening there, okay? That's how they're making their money on their gig. They're not on four wheels, but that's how they're doing their gig, and they're using their own boats, okay? Gas is still hitting them too, but they are using their own boats, and that dredging is stopping them from actually being able to perform, to get their boats out. And if they do take their boats out, their boats are going through tens and thousands of dollars in damages. Now, you heard the older gentleman say that hundreds of thousands of dollars to larger corporations who have to get in there and bring in that load. They have to get that seafood off people. Now, once that's getting there, there's drivers that have to get that seafood, okay? These drivers are depending on the loads coming in from the water to be able to get put in, so that they can get put in their truck, so that they can go deliver it to whatever market or wherever else it is going. And then once it's there, people, you could be doing Instacart, Spark, Chip, any of these grocery apps to where people are ordering these foods. So it all the way goes down, and it affects every single person doing deliveries. So they said they're trying to get that fixed, and I hope they get that fixed very soon, because that right there is impacting a whole lot of people in that area. Deliveries from the ocean all the way to the road. Everything works together, people. Everything works together. We got to figure out ways to make things happen. Now, this one is right here. All right, so this news that I'm going to bring up right here, there is a driver that was actually, he was caught doing the wrong thing, watching YouTube on his phone. Okay, so while doing delivery. So let me go ahead and let me go ahead and put this one up for you right here. This one right here is kind of cool. Check this out. But people, when you are driving people, texting and stuff, man, this dude got caught on YouTube. Okay, check this out. A delivery driver clocked by police watching YouTube on his phone while traveling on M6. Okay, So a parcel delivery driver was spotted traveling at excess speed on the motorway before police clocked him watching YouTube on his phone. The driver was traveling on the M6 close to Lancaster on Thursday night and caught the attention of the police when they noticed him speeding and struggling to maintain lane discipline. When they pulled alongside the van, they saw the driver watching YouTube on his phone and was blissfully unaware of the police BMW driving next to him for more than over half a mile. A spokesperson for Lancashire police said a parcel delivery van at excess speed and door lane discipline. We already got that. Started watching YouTube. Got that. Also, they were not aware of the fully. Okay. Yep. We got that. Driver has been reported for due care offense. So he wasn't paying attention to the road. I wonder how much that ticket is, and if that ticket can get you deactivated from your delivering app. That is what I want to know. So if you are in that area, Peace Gattergay or someone over there, let me know what's this ticket called again? A due care offense. Let me know if you can get deactivated for a due care offense. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking in my own head, due care, texting, you're watching YouTube, that might be worth enough that they might, I don't know, but that's don't do it. Don't do it, people. Do not do that at all. I'm gonna stop that screen right there. Take that one off. We got these last two. This is looking for okay. Now check this out, people. All right, this is what I want to say about this one right here. Uber. Now, throughout, we as gig tubers and people that actually drive and are doing the gig economy, we know what's going on internally with these apps, and there's a lot that needs to be fixed. There's a lot that they are ignoring, but Uber, throughout all of this right now, Uber is still trying to get its people in, and I'm telling you, people, a lot of people may not like how Uber does its thing on pay, like, oh, we don't see it, or you do this and that, you don't do this, but I guarantee you this: everyone that drives for Uber Eats or whatever platform it is as far as food delivery will say that Uber pays out. Yes. And they wish Uber was as busy as DoorDash. Uber is not going to be as busy as DoorDash just because of the guidelines that they have. They're going to be not so. Therefore, people, if Uber was that busy, you would just do Uber. It's that busy for me in my area. So let me go ahead and get this article in right now, people. So this is what Uber, okay, and I have to show this so people can know that it's an actual real article and I'm not making this up. Uber is real, and check this out. Uber is acting like this article is like if you've heard of Uber for the very, very, very first time, this is pretty much the advertisement ad that you're gonna get. Okay, and this is a guy doing the article to lure people in. Also, they're using him to get his thing on. Check this out. Check this out right here. Looking for a side hustle? Drive with Uber and start earning. Okay, by Lucas Cole, June 10th. Okay, 9:30 a.m. People. It says even if you've never used it yourself, you almost certainly know about Uber. The Uber app is so pervasive in its space that it is very name become. Man, we already know it. This is going to tell you. Come on now, okay. If you're interested in starting a new side hustle, you might be surprised how easy it is to get started with Uber. They're pretty much saying, Uber has come a super part of being American. Look at the smiles. Look at the smiles that they're putting on as advertisements. They're saying that, if you want to do ride sharing, call Uber. Uber is just as American pie. These are the new ads that they are getting out for Uber. Drive Uber, okay? Drive and earn. Now, we all know what this stuff is, but see, they're trying to, Uber is American. Now they're going to bring in some new people here. Now, I'm telling you this, they're going to be bringing in new people here because check this out. You know how they're changing everything, and they want to get new drivers to go with this business model that they have. They want people to come in here with the head that they want them to have. So they are doing new propaganda to get people in so that they can come in knowing how it is right now. At the tail end of everything going out, they're going to get new drivers to come in. And these are the ads that they are putting out. Uber is the best ride-sharing apps to find on-demand ride options with an active user base more than 150 million users as of early 2022. You probably already know how the Uber app works from the passenger's end. After downloading the app and punching in some information, including a payment method, you can request a ride at any time, type in your destination and pickup address, then a pickup ride option. An available driver can then accept the request, pick you up, and you're off. The cost of your ride is paid with your payment method on file. No cash required. See, they're letting people know, hey, come in. Uber is just as American Pie. It is part of the culture. Hop in an Uber. So Uber is trying to promote to put more people as passengers into their vehicles so drivers can get paid. So if people have ever said, well, you know, what is DoorDash? What is Uber? What is Grubhub? What are these platforms doing to help us make more money? Well, one thing that every single business has, they have a marketing budget for advertising. So right now, they have to spend money on people to go ahead and put these things together so that they can entice and lure people in to get into your vehicles. They also rely on you as the driver. They also rely on you as the driver to have a mouthpiece to be able to pitch and do things like that also. But they're trying to get more consumers to use Uber, and what they're doing while we are about to hit a recession, while gas is going up way too high and people don't want to drive as much, okay, they're going to tell people, hey, use Uber. You know why you don't see Lyft doing this? Because Lyft has some issues. Uber has made enough money right now so that they can actually do the plans that they wanted to do for their next phase. And right now, it's trying to get more people into the vehicles. With inflation, with gas, and all of these other things, people, and here's the thing, people would, instead of driving their own car, they would rather spend more on the ride to ride with someone else. And they know that. They know that. That is why this is part of the whole marketing scheme. They know that, okay? So what do we do now? Let's introduce Uber as America's help, America's helper. You are going to need Uber. Once that's embedded into people's brains, people are going to start driving or ordering more Uber. Okay, Uber rideshare is going to go up. So, and they did say that was going to happen when they did their last scale on for the future. So that is going to happen. And I like what they are doing right here, but this is funny to me because we all know, as you know, employees or, you know, third party, whatever you want to say, for the company, right? We know exactly how it works, but they're pitching it like it's all the way brand new. And I like that. But this is what Uber is doing. Now, this is going to help the rideshare part of Uber, because I think Uber pretty much said that, you know, they are right where they need to be to start doing this. So while gas is, I'm telling you people, while gas is going high and all of these things, they have a marketing plan put in place that they are actually doing. Get more people to use them for rides, and then, you know, it can go into everything else. But rideshare people want to make more money. They want more money. So while Uber is trying to get this new generation of driver in also, they're first starting to try to get in a new generation of customer. That's what they're doing there. And then they're going to start getting in a new generation of driver. Okay. And that's why at the beginning of this, I'll go ahead and read this again. Even if you never used it yourself, you almost certainly know about Uber. The Uber app is so pervasive in its space that it has become its very name has become an energetic catch-all term for ride sharing. Call an Uber. I'll just take an Uber. And similar phrases have become a common part of American parlance. Now, this is what I'm saying. They are introducing Uber as Uber is just as good as American Pie. American pie. Uber is as American as apple pie, American pie. Okay, that's what they're trying to do to you right now. Uber, America, Uber, people, don't go drive your vehicle. Call up Uber. That's what Uber is doing right now. It's like a calling all people. Don't use your cars. Use Uber, order an Uber, and if they can get more new people who, because of the gas prices, there's a lot of new people that never used to do the ride share because they wanted to use their own vehicle. Now those people are going to have to be converted into ordering ride share. So while all of this is going on, Uber is doing its American ad campaign. Use Uber. It's going to help America. It's going to help us during the recession. So a lot of people say, well, what do the companies do for us? One of their main budgets, people, is marketing and advertising. And they have to be able to allure and entice people to come on in so that you can make some more money. They can't just give us all the money, but what they can do is put more rides out there. And because gas is going on like this, people, there's going to be a lot of people using the ride share. Okay, now it says Uber has a base of more than 150 million users as of early 2022, people, so that is a good sign there. Okay, now here's what it's doing if you want to sign up to be a driver. Okay, listen how they put this. Signing up to drive or deliver orders with Uber Eats, it's naturally a bit more involved, but it's not as difficult as you might think. You have to download a separate app and upload information necessary for a screening process that involves a review of your criminal record and a driving history. There are some other qualifications to carry passengers. You must be the minimum legal age to drive in your city, have a valid driver's license and proof of city-state residency, be insured if using your own car, and have some driving experience. 3 years if you are under 25, okay? So they want you to have at least 3 years experience if you are under 25, okay? You must also register the vehicle that you'll be using, and there are limitations on that as well, okay? For example, the car must have 4 doors and cannot be more than 15 years old. We do know that. After this brief onboarding process, the rideshare world is your oyster. You can accept as many or as few rides and or delivery requests as you like, meaning you can set your own hours. It's up to you. Available requests are delivered right to your phone via the app, so you're notified right away. Your earnings are automatically transferred to your bank via direct deposit every week too, so you can get paid fast. Don't have a car? In certain cities, like where I am, people, Uber offers vehicle rentals for as little as $260 a week, okay? If available in your location, that means you can get driving even without owning a vehicle. Now, people, what I used to do sometimes, I used to actually go and get the cars through Hire Car, and I would rent vehicles through Hire. And then I saw, well, you know what? I'm not going to do them through Hire. I don't get any points. So I would use my Hertz, and I would use my own Hertz account, not through Uber or anything. And I would use my Hertz account to where I'm getting all of these points because I'm renting the vehicles consistently, like 30 days at a time, and I'm getting all of these points. And I would get so many points that I would be able to get the car for like 2 weeks with no pay. So 2 weeks of a rental car with no pay because of the points you get, and then you go out there and drive the vehicle, you are making all of that money right there. So you can also do that with Hire Car and through the rentals, on your own if you want to actually use points. I know how that works right there. Okay. Okay, yep, you can do that. Okay, now you can also be a delivery driver with Uber Eats. For this, you can use a bike or a scooter, and the whole process works the same. Get through a screening process and begin accepting requests at your leisure. If you already drive with Uber, you can also start accepting delivery requests whenever you like. Whatever you decide to do, though, whether full-time or part-time, or whether you're looking to quit the 9 to 5 or just stack some extra cash on the side, becoming a driver and or delivery person with Uber is a great way to do it. Did you see what these guys did? They're using the recession right now. They're using the gas prices. They're throwing out there, come drive Uber, come do this, and it, you know what? It's a smart thing too. It's a smart thing, because here in America we have to trust. There's a whole trust thing, and right now, by connecting Uber with America, they're trying to win the trust of all Americans to get them to go ahead and do their thing. While times get bad and tough, you can't attack people with all the harshness out there. You got to learn to finesse some things out there, and that's exactly what they are doing with this whole thing right here. So I look at the Uber new campaign as a win for me. If I'm part of a team that's trying to put something together for advertising and marketing, I don't care. You can take Uber out, and let's say if Lyft did this first. If Lyft did it first, then Lyft. You know what I mean. But what Uber is doing is it's showing Americans that, and this is how deep advertising gets people. It's showing people that Uber is here for you in America. We got your back. We'll take care of you. It's showing that they're trying to get people into the car for the drivers. So they're trying to ease the drivers. Let's please the drivers. Let's please the people. Let's do all of these things. Let's get all of this stuff going. That's what Uber's doing right now. And people, I am not paid by Uber just because I drive for Uber only. I don't drive for them only. I'm a 5-star Lyft driver. I do Uber. I have Get Swift. I am not paid by Uber. So don't think I'm reading that article like, is he trying to get paid by Uber? No, they, as of right now, with everything going the way it is, they're trying to win people over so people don't stop using the app. So, and I got to show that because they are trying to do things to show the drivers, don't leave. Drivers, don't leave. We're trying to get people inside your cars. Don't leave. So when drivers don't know these things, it's good to put this stuff out there. What is your company trying to do for you with getting people in the seat? Now, I know Lyft, they are trying to keep drivers, so they're giving drivers incentives. But, I don't see any of their advertising going out there to try to get more people into the vehicle for the driver. Okay, so I guess that would be the separation from the rideshare company, from the two rideshare companies there. Okay. And this last one, let's get into this, people. It's crazy how the news works. You can report on everything, but you report on something, they think, no, people, Uber only pays me what I get, Prop 22, and my hours I put in. But Uber, if you want to send me some gas cards, man, if you want to send me some gift cards, Uber, I will take them. Believe me, I will. Okay, gas pains, man, they're lurking towards $5 right now. So people, gas right now is approaching $5 all over the place. So I put this up there just to put into perspective, people, how much do you think gas is going to get up to in the next 30 days? I'm guessing nationwide, for me personally, it's going to get to $6. And which brings me into this. You guys see there was a news article I did yesterday, and there was a news article that I did today where the reporters who are doing the reporting, they're getting in contact with drivers and they're doing actual ride-alongs with the drivers. Okay? They're doing actual ride-alongs with the drivers so that they can see how it is. So they're going to be able to report on the news a little bit better and about the gas situations here. But people, it's getting to that point. The reporters are like, man, I got to go try to see if I can ride with the guy. Now, my thing is like this: how much money are the news reporters paying the driver for driving him around? If he says, I'll put some gas in your car, that's not worth it, man. You're about to interview me and be in on my personal space and record me. No, you got to drop some of them dollars right now. You got to drop some of them dollars. And whoever was doing the talking on the interview when the reporter was riding along with him, he needs to just go ahead and start a gig channel. He's already got the news riding with him in the car. He should just go ahead and start his gig channel, okay? Start that thing on up. You got that right there, people. But we got some news. I mean, not some news. We got some comments and some replies. Let's go ahead and get into some of these, people. Let's get into some of these. Let's go to YouTube real quick. YouTube Studio. Okay, let me get down here. Thanks for the new subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. See you. Go here. This is some comments that I got. My cousin said, Ava, my daughter graduated from kindergarten, people, this morning. If you did not see that clip, congratulations, mamas. Daddy loves you. She graduated from kindergarten. She tried to take her backpack to school and everything for graduation because she thought she was starting first grade right now. I was like, go ahead, mama. Go ahead with your little bad self. Her and her other friends. Hilarious. Now this one goes from what's this guy's name? John Woodhouse. John Woodhouse says, if it was 21 miles away, would you do it? And this is on that video, DoorDash, this is your problem. If it was 21 miles away and that's the order that I accepted to go ahead and do, yes, I would go 21 miles if I hit accept. Yes, I would. Especially here in California. Okay, now I got to clear something up. The dude by the name of John McCallion out there who was disrespecting me in someone's live, telling me it's all BS on what I make, and I don't understand Prop 22, and then laughing, saying HotFacts is just Roberts is doing his typical nonsense BS. I'm gonna laugh out loud. You are hilarious, man. Hilarious, man. You are hilarious. First of all, you get the difference from, okay? You get the difference of, if you don't make that 16, whatever the difference is, that's what it's going to be. But check this out, though. As long as your clock is running, it's good. Now, here is how simple the math is. Since you're saying the math does not add up, John. Here is how simple the math is and how you do the math. Anyone can do this math. Check it out. Anyone can do the math. Work 20 hours in 1 week, then work 20 hours in the next week. I only work Uber Eats, so all my time is on one app, okay? Now, okay, see how much money you get for doing the active time. 20 and 20 would be 40, right? Okay, see how much you get there when you get your Prop 22, okay? All right, now, I work 30 hours a week. On 30 hours a week, okay, for both weeks, you're going to get in between $600 and $850 every single time, no matter what. No matter what. Do this math. This is how you do the math, okay? Go work 40 hours for both weeks for active. You'll have 80 hours on there, right? Go ahead and see how much you're going to get for having 80 hours. And you're going to get that extra for the month. That's how easy the math is. Not sitting there saying, well, I worked this long, the base was this. No, you don't do that. You just look at your active hours, and every other week, how I do, every other week, it's every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks when I get paid, I look at my active hours. I know how much I'm going to get based on my active hours for Prop 22. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. I know if I do this many hours, I'm going to get this much money from Prop 22. That's as simple as the math gets. If you don't understand that, you don't understand that, and you work in California, and I don't get that. How is that math not that easy to you? Just look at the hours. Now, you multi-app. You can't do all your hours like that. You can't do it all like that. I work one app. All of my hours are on one app. 30 hours on Uber. 30 hours on Uber active time each week will get me in between $600 and $850 extra every other week. Okay? Which equates to $1,200 to going up to $1,600 extra each month. That's as simple as the math gets. I don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So please don't disrespect me no more like that, G. Please don't do that. You did that the first time I ever had a conversation with you. They said, talk about Prop 22, and they probably knew that was going to happen. They probably knew that was going to happen. They wanted me to sit and listen to people say, no, don't go work and take trips and work on your tips. I hear people say I don't do that all the time. I didn't want to hear that crap. Try to disrespect me then. They ain't going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about Prop 22. I mastered it. I know how to milk the clock and everything. I've mastered it. I've mastered this whole Prop 22 thing. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Now, when I said I'm NASM certified, Tanner Martley is also NASM certified. We get money from nutrition and clients on training and stuff like that too. I have ASCAP, okay? I have ASCAP. I have money that comes in from residuals every quarter or when disbursements are put out. I cater food. I do gig apps. And YouTube is not even included yet. Once it is, that's going in there too. I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I am talking about. Okay? For those of you who don't know what ASCAP is, just type it up. Okay? ASCAP. Okay? Man, cannot believe that crap. Cannot believe that crap. And by you telling people I don't know about Prop 22, people are going to be like, but he works there. What's all his videos about? And you're sitting up there saying, I seen one of your videos and the math is off. The math is off. First of all, when I'm going over an order with time to order, adding in 45 cents and all of that, I'm not calculating in, penny by penny. I'm giving you a rough estimate out loud, rough estimate. Then I go back and refine that. Okay. Now, when I do go back and refine that, and this is how I know how I can give the estimates based upon what I am doing, it's from the active hours that I go out there and I collect. I only do it for one platform. All of my money is targeted in one area. I can easily do my math and my experiments on Prop 22. I took the per order out. I just said, let's see on active hours. If all your active hours counts, let's see if I do this many active hours, how much money am I going to get? And that's how I figured it out. Just that easy. I know how much I'm going to get if I do 15 hours and 15 hours, 20 and 20. I know each one how much money I'm going to get or how much I should be expecting on that payout. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm doing with my money. Don't worry about my money. Check yours. Play basketball a little more. That's what you got to do. Gee whiz. That's hot facts right there. That's hot facts right there. Now, this dude said, McDonald's be taking long sometimes. They even ignore you. I would do the same. All right, I get that. If your wait is long, if your wait is really long, they're ignoring you, and you're like, man, I just can't do it. I completely agree, completely understand. But there is one person that told me that they'll sit there and ignore you. It's their job to greet you. It's their job to do all of that stuff. And this is what I want to say to you. Now, I sent you the reply that I was going to go over this message live. So I just want to let you know, yes, it is the employee's job to greet within 5 seconds, to say hello to anyone that walks in, but they get busy at times, right? Now, it's also your job as a vendor, a third-party person coming to check in, to pick up an order, to get ready for transport. It's also your obligation to walk into a place and check in. So if one person does not do that, the other person has to go ahead and do that part of the job. Don't depend on them to acknowledge you. Go up and check in. You go in and check in, then they will acknowledge you once you make your presence felt. I don't go in there and just stand. I walk right up to the counter, and you guys see my videos. Watch what I do in my videos. You don't see me stand or nothing. I go right in. I go right up to the counter. I go right up to whoever. If I don't see anyone, I yell, hey, 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 in your store. I do all of that stuff. I don't wait for anyone. Now, when you talk about time is money, waiting for someone to come and help you, you're wasting your own time. That's what I'm saying right there. You're wasting your own time. Go and check in. It'll do some good stuff for you. Trust me. Go ahead and check in, okay? Go ahead and check in. Let me see. Paige said, kids are so mean these days. I'm sure they got it from other kids' parents. In my daughter's school, a boy is Hispanic and calls a girl who is also Hispanic ugly, all because her skin is darker. And they call my daughter white, knowing damn well she's not. That is crazy. That is crazy right there. I'm sorry, but people, that's why I put that video up. A lot of people don't talk about that. This video is called Listen to This Story. Hot Facts, hashtag Hot Facts, parents, dads, children. It is right there. Hoodie Mello said, this is on DoorDash. This is your problem. Start reporting them so people who do not want their supposed they can have more work. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. We can't report them. The people at the restaurant have to report them. So if they just leave, they can't give that person a thumbs down. It's going to keep happening. Sam Mitchell said, you have to tell them, okay, that's fine. I'll tell my company to take you off the list of ordering from that way you won't have to go through your orders. You also actually have to tell your company because it does go back to upper management. Oh, so I guess they want, okay, so I guess he's saying if this is like a catering order, he says, so when this happens in Houston, this is how we take care of that. You have to tell them, okay, that's fine. I'll tell my company to take you off of our own order. Oh, I see what he's saying. He's saying he's going in like he's picking up a larger order and he's walking in and telling them, okay, that's fine. I'm going to tell my company not to order from you anymore. And then that's how they're getting their orders out. People, hey, that's cool right there. That is cool right there. He said, I go in there and I tell the people that I'm going to tell my company not to order. Now check this out. This person named Robert Park says he sounds like a sucker. Oh, he's talking about me because it's that same video. DoorDash, this is your problem. He sounds like a sucker because he's someone that's probably done that. Gotcha. Slap yourself 48 times with a wet brick. Omar S. says, don't be a snitch. Don't be a snitch on what, man? DoorDash, this is your problem. That drivers will really go in there and do that? What do you mean? You want to get paid more money. You want more tips. You want all this stuff for DoorDash, but you don't want DoorDash to see what the problem really is so that they can actually help. That doesn't make any sense, man. Now, this person said, never walked out on an order, but twice I wish I would have. People, someone like me, but I've accepted and got to the McDonald's and it was 25 cars and I wasn't trying to milk the clock and I've let it go. I've done it. I'm not perfect, people. I've done that, but I accept 90. My acceptance rate is Let's go ahead and keep this real right here. My acceptance rate. Click on that. Bam. Diamond high. Deliveries. Okay, my cancellation rate is 1%. My acceptance rate is 99%. Okay, people, this is what I'm talking about. I can vouch for this right here. Okay, I'm a diamond driver. Never walked out on an order, he said, but twice I wish I would have had to wait twice for 10. Oh, he said, I wish I would have had to wait twice. Hold up, I gotta read this slower. I don't know what he's trying to say. He said, never walked out on an order, but twice I wish I would have had to wait 15 minutes for $10. Not anymore if it's not worth my time. 5 minutes tops, and I'm out. And not everyone gets that Prop 22 money, so F it. That's what I'm saying, people. I get what he is saying. And he's never walked out, but wish he had. So he says it's not worth his time, 5 minutes tops, but he's never walked out on an order. So he's getting his orders once he goes in, so he's able to still do that. So that's a contradictory, but it still goes into, he's accepting all his orders, okay? Well, no, I take that back. He never walked out on an order. I'm not saying he's accepting them all, but once he accepts them, he does not walk out on the orders, okay? And he says not everyone gets that Prop 22 money. In this video, I never mentioned Prop 22, But Mr. Right or Wrong probably watches my videos and he understands if you have Prop 22 and that thing is up there ready to be made, you might as well wait and take it because you're getting more money. Once you hit cancel the order, you instantly lost everything you would have had, and you have to try to wish for it again. Okay. King Bear said, how much was she getting paid? Oh, you don't know. Most likely $2. Shut the F up. Now, King Bear, how much was she getting paid? I'll tell you this. She's getting paid $16 an hour for active time. And every order, and I'm in there with all the drivers. Where I live, she was probably getting paid like $7 for McDonald's. Okay. Going where we live right here, none of those orders from that McDonald's go more than 2 miles. Okay. I know how much she was getting paid, and she was going to get paid way more. You're saying likely $2, $2 of base pay maybe, but not $2 of service fees and tips or everything else, plus the Prop 22. King Bear, I got to get you on board, man. Someone said, this one says, I know I'm Mexican and my cousin used to call me white girl and bully me when I was a little girl, but I can speak fluent Spanish. Oh, yeah, I read that one yesterday, people. Read that one yesterday. But I'm telling you, that video about the DoorDash people, that video has got like 8,500 views. It is doing its thing, and it is moving and grooving, people. Moving and grooving. That is it right there, people. That is it for the that is it for the comments. That is it for everything else there, people. Man, this has been a great one. Right up there, people, on the 303 mark, getting up there at just about we are at that hour's time. But people, it's Friday. I hope everyone has a great time out there. Do what you got to do. You have been watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. People, have a great weekend. I'm out like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2.